Next, we have Tunic. That's coming out on the 16th. That game looks fun. Shut up, Zach. But it is about a little fox. Like a Zelda-like
now
game.
I get it.
Yeah. It's like a Zelda-like game where you're playing as a fox. Shut up, Zach. Don't say a fucking word.
I'm just trying to let you come out about it, man.
He likes games with furry creatures.
Shut up. I'm not a furry.
Nobody said you were. I just said you like games with furry creatures.
Oh, no, I definitely called it out.
Oh, no, yeah, he 100% did.
You can check it out in the year-end video.
Which also, please go support that.
I watched that yesterday, but
I
didn't say it. I'm just heavily insinuating.
I could tell. Welcome to Gamesthetic episode 70, the first episode under this new name. We are so pumped to go by this name from now on. This is the gold flag. This is the name that's going to carry us for years to come. Gamesthetic, I'm really excited for this to move past the name that we had, because none of us really cared for it. Let's be real, we didn't. This is also the start of a new chapter, because not only do we have a new name, not only is it the start of the new year, Happy New Year to everyone. Hopefully you also had a wonderful Christmas. But we also have John here as a new actual third co-host of the show. John, how are you today? Thank you for agreeing to be on the show every week.
I'm doing all right. You seem a lot more excited about the name change than I was expecting.
I was about to say,
you came in high.
Alex over there, he's saying, this is the gold flagship, and me and John are just staring at each other going, what?
This is the gold flag, baby. I said it before on 69. The way that I feel about this name is the same way I feel about AniMan Plus. This is it. We nailed it. I feel like we did a great job. You also heard his voice. I got Zach in here as usual. Zach, how are you doing today? How was your new year, Christmas, all that?
I mean, it's all been good. I mean, this is very entertaining because I just want to throw it out there because you're just like, John agreeing to be here every week and just a conversation we have is like, so John, are you going to be on the episode?
True. He's just like, oh yeah, that does start this week, doesn't it?
I had a conversation with Zach the other day. I was like, is this when I'm supposed to start coming on there? And he was like, yeah, it's supposed to be this week. I was like, shit.
My actual reply was, I mean, that's up to you.
I mean, yeah, it is. See, with John coming on, he'll either be in studio like he is right now, or he'll just be over Discord, which you guys saw on 67, I believe was the episode where you guys did without me. And plus, we did a couple talking about movies and stuff like that as well. So he'll be on pretty much every week unless something pops up, which if something does, that's fine. But either way, he'll be here. That's cool. Having a three-person dynamic is always better. I stand by that. Two people, that's fine, especially since Zach and I have been doing this for so long together. We just have a good chemistry. But like adding in a third is just always better. With this name change, we do have the new Twitter handle at Gamesthetic Pod, which we also have our link tree down below, so you can just go to that and go to pretty much all the links that we have for everything. You can also go check out AniMan Plus, a terrible football show, and talking about movies and stuff. And lastly, if you want to support us for the Patreon, it's a great way to do so, but don't feel good. Just be a friend, tell a friend. Shout out to Andy, our Tier 1 patron. And also shout out to our new overlays and stuff for the video format. We got some nice new overlays showcasing everyone. We got some nice overlays with some nice transitions. Shout out to transitions. We never bothered to use them before, but anyway, boys, you got anything on your minds that we need to chat about before we jump into our show? This is going to be a good show. Because we're going to be going over pretty much everything that we currently know is coming out in 2022. Talk about what we're most excited for, any thoughts on everything, and then we're also going to be giving predictions on 2022, which those predictions could be pretty much anything. You know, certain franchises gets a new announcement, a game getting delayed, new heart, whatever. You know, so we're going to be doing that as well. So yeah, boys, anything on your minds before we jump into everything?
Well, you know, just real quick, I mean, you always say every episode we're going to have a good show here. For all you know, this one's going to be shit.
That is true. Got to stay optimistic, though.
If it is, it's not going to see the light of day, John.
Oh, it will.
It depends on the level of shit we're talking. I will say that. I've only actually trashed... I've only
on purpose, let's mind you, there was a couple accidents.
Yeah, there was. Thank you. I've only purposely trashed like probably 2 or 3 episodes that I literally just did not feel needed to be released for one reason or another.
Yeah.
I know there was one particular show that Josh and I did where we had a long conversation about someone, and then more details popped out about that individual, and we just didn't feel like releasing that episode was a good thing because it was scandal related. It's just like once the more details came out, it's just like probably shouldn't release that episode. Let's redo that one. So it happens sometimes, but But yeah, how was you guys' New Year's? Did you guys do anything exciting last night besides playing TFT?
Nope. No.
Okay. I saw Spider-Man again. That was about it for me. Spider-Man still as great as it was the first time, in my opinion.
I don't understand this, man. He asked if we did anything more exciting than play TFT.
I mean, there could be other things more exciting. I consider Spider-Man more exciting. Because
Yeah.
I actually went to the tavern. Tavern's finally reopened.
I mean, I'd be more excited about getting that podcast out for it, but hey.
All right.
I'm going to keep pushing this till we have it.
We need to have it soon. I acknowledge that. That is poor planning on my part. Maybe next weekend. How's that? Next weekend?
I mean, I'm game whenever. It's not me you need to ask.
Okay. John, did you want to be on that episode? Talking about movies and stuff for Spider-Man?
Your flagship cast.
Okay.
Yeah, your flagship cast.
Sure.
Okay, we'll do it next weekend.
Well.
At least 3 of us. I'll see if Shane wants to be on. And then you and I, we still need to do the rest of Hawkeye.
I got to watch the rest of Hawkeye. To give you one guess how many episodes I've seen.
Probably just the 3 that we talked about.
I hadn't watched 3 then.
That's right. Because when we did the episode, only I had watched 3. That's right.
Oh, man.
Hawkeye's good. When you get the time, watch it. So we need to do that. I'm also going to do a Spider-Man tier list for talking about movies and stuff as well. And here in a couple weeks, I will do a MCU tier list because Internals is the only thing I have not seen, and it does come to Disney Plus in like a week or 2.
Oh, dang.
So,
Okay.
so I can finally watch that and see where it falls in the whole thing. For that tier list, I'll do like the TV shows and the movies both.
Still haven't watched Shang-Chi, but the soundtrack for it's awesome.
Soundtrack is very good. Movie is very good. If you got the time, I definitely sit down to watch it. It is a great movie. It really is. Well, anyway, I guess we can go ahead and jump into stuff. We'll start off with the rumor mill today. So what do we got going on over there?
So, okay, I'm not really down with this rumor, but here it is. So, supposedly, Doom Guy and other Xbox/Bethesda characters are rumored to be coming to Fortnite.
That's not surprising, but
I mean, it's not, but at the same time, I'm like, God dang it, Fortnite.
Fortnite just continues to take over the world in that capacity.
Yeah.
I thought they had already done that.
Nope.
No, they did.
They have Chief in it.
Yeah, they have Master Chief.
Yeah, close.
They just added Spider-Man recently, which I was watching Shane's 24-hour live stream. Shout out to him, I Am Razor, and he was playing some Fortnite. And yeah, I don't fucking play. I played like an hour of Fortnite in my entire life.
Yeah.
And I was watching him. He has like the Spider-Man stuff going. It did actually look kind of cool. Just to be able to swing around and then just do all this cool shit to kill someone. Like, that does look cool, but I'm not playing this fucking game. there's no chance. I'm gonna be terrible.
Alrighty.
Wait, that would also mean that we'd probably get like the Dragonborn, right? I could see the Dragonborn probably coming to Fortnite at some point.
Yeah.
If they mean other Bethesda, I could probably see that.
Yeah, that, or I was thinking the Brotherhood of Steel armor
True. Yeah.
showing up by Bethesda standards. I mean, we're going to get iconic characters, but I can always wish we're going to get that Bethesda race car from that one racing game they did back during the PlayStation 2 era.
If they do the Dragonborn, do you think they're gonna include a shout?
Yes.
Yeah, just like how they include the swinging for Spider-Man, so you
I
can just go
mean-
around and foosford on people.
Yeah, because Fortnite's complete. Epic Games and Fortnite's down with just if these special characters adding in special things just allow them to be overpowered.
Okay.
But besides that, also per Tom Henderson, apparently Star Wars Eclipse is already facing serious development issues. A game we only just got announced at Game Awards.
Yeah, and I had some context on this too. So Quantic Dream, who did Detroit Become Human.
Yep.
They have been dealing with their own scandals apparently for a couple of years now. Toxic environment, sexual harassment. The stuff that we've seen a lot recently. And they actually lost a lawsuit, but I think that was actually just in September against one of the former employees. So they actually, the employee came out on top. Shout out to them. But when it comes to this, apparently they have been desperately trying to get someone to purchase them just to give them the extra funding to maybe put this game in motion. And they've been basically pulling like a shit ton of favors to get this game on the road from a lot of different publishers and companies. So I have a feeling like this one, it's either going to be a completely terrible game or it's just going to be dead, or it's just dead in the water.
Which is a shame because Detroit Become Human was a very good game.
Yes.
It's just a shame about the developers' work environment.
Yeah. So I'm curious what's going to happen with Star Wars Eclipse. Like, I mean, there's a part of me, cancellations don't happen often anymore. The last major one was Scalebound, in my opinion. But there's a part of me that would not be surprised if this got canceled, just because like they are trying to pull a lot of favors money wise to get this game continuously going. I don't know what the development issues necessarily are besides money, but I'd be very curious to hear more on that.
Mobile game.
Yay!
There you go. Just hire Tencent and make a mobile game for you.
Yeah. Hey, they'll do it.
Buy anything.
Yeah, they'll do it.
Oh man. So one game that is coming that a lot of people are wanting about, supposedly in Spider-Man 2, every suit is going to have some sort of symbiote variant.
That'd be really cool.
So that brings up some questions for me. If every suit's going to have a symbiote variant, is it just going to be a style thing, or do you think we're actually going to fight the symbiote family in Spider-Man 2?
I don't think we'll fight the symbiote family. I don't know. That'd be so cool though.
Yes.
I feel like the symbiote family would be something that could maybe be used for a Spider-Man 3. Because I'll go ahead and throw it out there. I'd be shocked if they didn't have a 3. I mean, these games are insanely popular.
Yeah.
So I'd probably go ahead and bank on a 3. But I would say that could be a possibility for 3. But I would probably just say it's just going to be a symbiote variant for every suit. But that would be so fucking cool.
I mean, it would.
But I feel like this game is going to be primarily focused on probably just like Venom. And I do think Norman, I do think Norman's going to become Green Goblin.
I mean, I assume there's going to be a main focus on Venom, but there's going to be side quests and other villains in there. There was in the first one.
Yeah, true.
Speaking of Spider-Man, though, you know what one of our local shops has now?
Ooh.
SNES Carnage Red cartridge.
Wow. How much was that?
$50.
I might have to hit you up and figure out which one that was. I might have to go get that. That's actually pretty dope.
But back on rumors of games that people are looking forward is possible release dates for Sonic Frontiers and God of War Ragnarok based on a PlayStation database. Supposedly, Sonic Frontiers is supposed to be November 15th of 2022, and God of War Ragnarok, September 30th of 2022.
And I will say for God of War, I did see that it did get its ESRB rating in Saudi Arabia, I think is what it was. So I feel, once you start seeing the ratings come out, that's a pretty good indication that it's not super far away from releasing.
Yeah.
And I've actually saw some other rumors that God of War Ragnarok could actually come out in Q2.
That'd be interesting. That'd actually be a lot sooner than expected.
No, for Sonic 15, that's actually on a Tuesday, which they have released on Tuesday before. The Sonic Colors Seizure Fest was released on a Tuesday. So if I don't know, at the end of the day, it's probably just a placeholder. But at least it gives us an idea that they're gonna probably aim for that fall window for Frontiers. I still think that game could potentially get delayed, personally. And if it did, I'm not gonna fucking play it.
I still think that game could be another shit show.
Probably will be. It is Sonic Team. I don't trust them. I'm telling you, the only thing that game is going to have that's going to be good and make it playable, depending on how bad it is that I do believe it's just going to have a great story. I have full faith in the story team.
The only thing that'll save it is if I can play Big the Cat again.
Well, not going to save it then for you. I wouldn't put any stock in that one, bud.
You're gonna not have to talk about Sonic games anymore. You're starting to approach Sonic 06 levels from him, which is your takes.
Hey, I enjoyed fishing. I was 11, coming from the guy who plays fishing simulators.
That's true.
I don't see the point here.
I mean, the only reason you even had any interest in the anniversary dish for Skyrim is because they fucking added fishing.
You're the one who told me.
Because we know you're the fishing guy.
It's fun. Relaxing.
Yeah, let me just go hit up some fishing simulators.
And that's why I liked playing Biggs the Cat. He literally was just fishing in Sonic.
I bet you're the type of guy that's going to hit up like the lawnmower simulator, aren't you?
I have a treasure hunting simulator.
Of course you do. Jesus Christ.
Well, that's all I got for rumors this week.
Okay, well.
And then a fish escapade.
We'll follow up with rumors next week then. What do we got for the news? Do we at least have some good stuff in news?
Well, it seems that somehow Cyberpunk was Steam's top-selling game as well as the most played title in 2021.
That makes me sad.
That's so shocking, and I'm a big supporter of that game.
I could see sales just because it was so hyped, so regardless, I could just see tons of people buying it.
Yeah.
The fact that it's the most played on recorded time is the thing that gets me.
Yeah, I know, same. Like,
I mean, I'll admit, it was a fun game, but it was very glitchy and very hard to play for a lot of people.
Well, I think part of what might have boosted some of the numbers up is the sales throughout the year as they released patches and stuff for it. The game was going on crazy sales.
Fair enough.
Like it was going down to what, like $10, $15 at some points?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, it's been $10 in store here recently.
Yeah, so that probably boosted it up. So
multiple times, by the way. Like you could get it. You can get like the physical copy with a steelbook for $10. Damn. I'm not joking. I will say if the steelbook would have been a cooler steelbook, I probably would have bought it. The steelbook was that. It was the one character early in the game where you had to go retrieve whatever for the cops, whatever. He has like the cyborg eyes.
Oh yeah,
yeah, that gang. Yeah, he was the steelbook cover. I'm like, that's fucking lame.
He sucks.
Yeah, that's fucking lame. Of all the characters in that game, you could have made for your steelbook.
You could have done the steelbook of the lady nude in the tub. It would have been better.
That's true.
probably would have sold better.
And that's a mission before then.
Yeah.
And then it looks like Remedy has signed a global development license and distribution agreement with Tencent for their new co-op multiplayer game, codename Vanguard.
It's apparently going to be a PvE game. That's as much as I know about it right now because it's like heavy on the DL.
It's Tencent, man. You're gonna pay like $20 for one loot box.
That's true. I mean, Remedy wants to get the game out there. I guess is a good way to do it.
I mean, we can't say too much on this one. I mean, we all played Unite.
Unite's fun.
I mean, it is. But
I need to get back on there.
we all know what to expect from that economy.
I did play a few rounds recently. I did do that. Serena is a lot of fun.
Oh, is she out?
Yeah. She is a lot of fun as an all rounder.
The weird second Gardevoir.
Yes. I did enjoy. She's a good all rounder. I did enjoy her. I only got to play Decidueye in just practice. I didn't get a chance to play him in game, but from when I played in practice, he's pretty solid too. He's pretty solid. Dragonite's actually really fun as well. I did get to play around with Dragonite.
Where's Wobbuffet?
Just want to run through the rest of the cast real quick while you're at it. Damn.
I mean, I can. Lucario's good. Charizard's kind of eat ass, but.
And then it looks like GoldenEye 007 might be on the way to Xbox. Achievements recently popped up on the True Achievements website, as well as Xbox recently trying to get the game unbanned in Germany.
Yeah, I remember when that news popped out. About
Why was it banned in Germany?
It's been banned in Germany for like fucking years. For a long time.
But they can still get... No, wait, that's different. Never mind. Carry on.
But, I remember that news just popped out, I thought, over the summer, maybe like September, August range. I remember seeing the news that they were pleading to get the game unbanned, which kind of indicated to people, is it going to be coming back? Maybe is it going to come to any, a Nintendo Switch Online, for the N64 stuff? Who knew? Because we already have rare games in there anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That would be interesting. Once I started seeing the achievements list popped up, I started seeing that go around quick. People were getting
most definitely.
People were getting pretty pumped about that. I mean, it'd be fun to go back to for a few rounds and probably never play it again.
I just would prefer to get a remake of the original Perfect Dark.
That's
or even announcement of the friggin' third Perfect Dark that got announced earlier this year.
Oh yeah, that got announced.
No, that was the last Game Awards.
Yeah.
The previous one, yeah.
Yeah, that was because if you remember,
that's when Nick
Nick just left the stream because he had to go to work.
Yeah.
And he's a Perfect Dark fan, and then boom, Perfect Dark reveal. I'm just like, this motherfucker could have been here for it if he took off work.
Yeah, all we got was a trailer of Joanna staring off into the deserts.
Yeah.
And then the last thing I got here is this one kind of confused me because it's Final Fantasy 16 delayed. How do you delay a game that we don't really have any information about, though?
I literally think the one and only time that we've seen anything or heard anything notable was when they revealed at the PS5 showcase. I can't think of another time when it was actually talked about. You
know why it was mentioned here? Because they went, oh, we should say something about Final Fantasy 16. Let's just say it's delayed. Well, we're not going to push back the actual release date.
See, they don't have a release date.
Exactly.
Yeah. And, that is could be true because the only thing that we've gotten is we'll give you some Final Fantasy news before the end of 2021. And it's just December 30th. All right, guys, it's delayed. That's the news.
Because you can't play Endwalker because it's too popular.
God. Yeah. We talked about that, on 69?
Yeah.
That is such a wild situation. Have they made it able to purchase the game again?
I don't think so.
That is a wild situation. Imagine your game being so popular that you
I
have
should
to
probably
prevent people from buying that.
I should probably fact check that one.
All right, thank you. But yeah, just imagine that. Your game's so damn popular that you literally cannot sell it. I find that hysterical. I really do. All right, well, while he fact checks that, I'll go ahead and jump into some 2022 in gaming. So we'll start off running through the list of things and the ones that have actual release dates, and then we'll go through everything that's TBD. And I'll stop along the way, just kind of get everyone's thoughts on stuff, and then we'll end the show off with the predictions, which all of us have different sets of predictions, and we'll follow back up on it a year from now and see how close we are. Have you got anything, Zach?
I can now buy it again.
Okay. All right. I guess they got some server stuff fixed. Good for them.
But any collector's edition for PC is on a waiting list.
Oh, okay. Well, it is what it is, I guess. All right, let's start off with January. So the first thing, which is actually the day that this podcast will be released, Deep Rock Galactic will be releasing on PS4 and PS5.
Woo!
John, you're going to be playing that later today.
Yeah.
You can get home and hit that up.
Recently got back into it.
All right. We do have Monster Hunter Rise coming to PC. That exclusive deal for only being on the Switch is now run up. That will be released on the 12th. Anacruz Early Access on the 13th, and then the games come out maybe later this year. Is that what we know?
Yeah, no, it's speculated to come out at least third, maybe fourth quarter of the year, but it is early access as of January 13th.
And that was revealed at the Summer Game Fest.
Yeah, that's the sort of Left 4 Dead, 80s funk style, sort of think of the style of what Deathloop was.
Then we have God of War coming to PC on the 14th. I'm actually low key kind of excited to see the sales on that, because I mean it's going to sell very well, just as other PlayStation games have done on Steam. So I am actually kind of excited to see the sales on that. But I do think it's going to be like, I don't remember the price point.
I was about to say the price point's going to be the big one on.
Yeah, I don't know if they're putting it at full price or if it's going to be like $40 or $20. I have no idea.
I bet they can try.
They typically with the PlayStation games they brought over so far, they don't quite go full price. They put it at about 50. Is what they've been doing so far.
Okay, well, I guess we'll see if they do that. And then we have the Rainbow Six Extraction on the 20th. Pokemon Legends Arceus on the 28th. That's a pickup for me. And then Uncharted Legacy of Thieves Collection, which I think is just 4 in that spinoff game, right?
Yes.
Okay. And that is on the 28th as well. For the month of January, anything that you boys are going to be looking at? Zach, you can be hitting up early access for that?
Yes, most definitely. I will definitely hit up Anacruz, Extraction, and then Pokemon Legends.
Yeah, that's my question. How are we all feeling on Legends? Like, John, how are you feeling on it? I don't think I've had a chance to talk to you recently about it.
Man, I'm going to pick it up.
Okay.
I'll pick it up. I'll play it.
I'm going to support it even if it's terrible, just for the chance of getting different variety of Pokemon games.
Yeah, I mean,
fair.
Something we've said for years is be nice to get something a little different.
Yeah. I definitely think this is a big experiment for him, and I feel like the success or failure of this game is going to heavily... Well, I mean, okay, when I say success or failure, it's going to sell phenomenal. It's going to be a success in that regard, but it's more so the reception of it.
Yeah. Even if there's complaints on this one when it comes out, like if it's a little jank, I mean, as long as it's decently fun, or as long as it works pretty good, I'm perfectly fine to support it in hopes of maybe them refining it after the fact,
right?
Or refining it in the next game.
Yeah, big thing is still that this isn't actually the regular Pokemon team. It's actually a third group that's like got the Pokemon license that's doing it.
I'm excited for it. That will definitely be a day one pickup for me, and I'll be playing that weekend. I'm looking forward to talking about it here on the show. I just hope it. I hope it is genuinely a very, very fun game. We are still limited on how much we have seen. There is still the heavy rumors and indications of like our 3 starters getting, the Hisuian forms, which will be like water dark typing, fire ghost, and grass fighting. Which I was already planning on picking water anyway, because while I love my boy Rowlet, and I'm a grass hole, they just had to throw Oshawott in there because that is my favorite water type ever.
Yeah, this guy's not a real grass fan.
I was about to say I'm a water fan, so I was going to play Oshawott regardless.
But it's also because, like, if that is true,
he just grazed past that one. He didn't even
want to
argue.
He didn't want to commit.
I mean, hey,
he's got no argument.
I don't, because I really don't, because here's the thing. No matter what, in every Pokemon game in history, I've always taken grass first. Every time. But man, I can't tell you how much I love Samurott. I love Samurott so damn much. And I guess one little tidbit of why I want to pick Samurott over Decidueye is because, like, of all the 3 typings that we have for these, you have Fire Ghost, pretty solid. I mean, Chandelure is, considered a pretty solid, like, competitive mon, for example. Good typing. Water Dark, good typing. Greninja's a fucking hoss, Then we have Grass Fighting. That type sucks. Like Chestnut, man. That 4 times flying weakness, the amount of Pokemon that can get flying moves that I didn't know could get flying moves is very, very frustrating, let me tell you. So, I mean, these 3, Grass got shafted, if that is true.
You know what you need as starter and run as your team? The Grass Electric. Voltorb.
Dude, I do want to get that boy. That happy boy is going to be on my team, and I will protect him with my life. I'm very excited to see his evolution as well.
Yeah, don't protect him. Just throw him out and make him blow up.
There you go.
I'm not going to put him down that path.
It's the path of every Voltorb.
That's why he looks so angry. It's like what you made a joke about that. It's just like, they're just going to throw me out here just to kill me. I'm not going to make him do that. He's a good boy.
You ever think you could just run a whole team of self-destruct? How that would go for your run?
Horribly.
Yeah, horribly. That could be a fun challenge, though. Make that a challenge. I want to see someone do this. It doesn't have to be a lock, obviously, because you would lose immediately. But just play the game with 6 Pokemon and only use Explosion or Self-Destruct. And I want to see someone beat the game like that. Let's do that. That sounds fun.
Can't.
I mean, you never know. There might be a way to do it.
I mean, if you have
6 Mons.
If you have the right items, and maybe you EV them. We'll
I
see.
mean, John,
What happens when you face a trainer with 6 Mons?
you take a turn because you don't have to solely use self-destruct. You can hit a revive.
No, that's the...
That is okay. That's a
No,
good
we don't
point.
use items around here.
Come
I
on.
never said it was not a no items run.
I mean, the revive would be the only way to go. So, I mean, that could be a fun challenge. Do it. I want to see this. Anyway, let's go over to February, which is currently already poised to be one of the biggest months of this year in gaming as of now. And it was actually supposed to be one game bigger, but that game did get delayed, and that was Saints Row. So, I mean, this game was packed, and it is still packed even though we lost one. So, kicking things off with the first, we have the Life is Strange Remaster, which was supposed to already be out, but they did delay it to focus on the True Colors DLC. But now that it's coming out in the first, and I do plan to pick that up because I have not played the original Life is Strange in quite some time, and I would like to.
Because the remaster's Life is Strange and Before the Storm, right?
Correct. So that is going to be a pickup for me. Dying Light 2 on the 4th, Sifu on the 8th, which I will say the more that I see on Sifu,
It looks so good.
the more that I want it, and I'm probably getting that game.
I'm going to pick up Sifu first day.
Surprisingly jumped pretty high on my list as well.
That's how I feel, is that it surprisingly jumped.
When it was first announced at the setup, I was like, this is a roguelike I'm actually okay with.
Yeah, like it looks like a lot of fun. Then we have Crossfire X coming out on the 10th. We have Lost Ark on the 11th. Dynasty Warriors 9 Empires on the 15th. With Zach, I think you and I have already kind of talked about it a little bit as well, right?
I mean, this is a game just solely for me.
Yeah, 100%. King of Fighters 15 on the 17th. Horizon Forbidden West on the 18th. And I got to say, the more and more they put out, the more my hype levels. I mean, I was already very excited and very hyped, but oh man, it's skyrocketing right now. Although I got to say, I am horrified to fight that fucking snake.
What?
Yeah, it's a gigantic mechanical snake. I'm fucking horrified to fight
Say
it.
that one more time.
Yeah, you're going to have to describe this a little more than just saying the word steak.
Snake.
Snake.
Yes, snake.
Me and John both thought you were saying steak.
You said steak.
No, I promise I said snake. But
I
may have
will
just had a
send you the
slur.
file.
You
Please
definitely
do.
had a slur.
It was probably just a slur. I do apologize. But no, I'm horrified to fight that snake, dude.
John's got
Send me the file.
I was just
Clip
like
it.
a giant steak.
Clip it.
I
Send me
was
the
trying
file.
to figure out. I'm like, is he talking about a steak or like a fence steak?
Clip it. Send it to me.
We're gonna have the file.
We have the Destiny 2 Witch Queen expansion on the 22nd and Elden Ring on the 25th. Does anyone here have an interest in Elden Ring?
Nope.
Okay, John.
Nope.
Okay, me. A little.
As far,
No, it's not
None of
much.
us are Dark Souls.
as far as
people.
Yeah.
these games in February, that is the least likely one I will play.
I mean, it's one of those games that Well, I will say it will heavily depend on like just like the general reviews for it, what I see about the game when it does come out. But I feel like it's a game that I'd be willing to try, but I'm going to be willing to try it on a very cheap sell price. That's my personal take on it.
That's a sheep right there.
Yep, you are correct. But out of the February games, what's the top thing for you boys?
Empires.
That is true. I know you're really excited for that. We already talked about that one.
Then Sifu under number 2.
Yeah. Probably for me, Lost Ark and Sifu.
Yeah, probably, obviously Horizon for me and then Sifu, which I am shocked that Sifu's jumped so high on my list because I didn't really have any interest in that game initially, but
So good.
it does look really solid. I'm really excited for it, honestly.
It's one of those that every time I see the name of it, like on a game list, I get a little more excited and I don't quite know why.
See, that's me, man. I agree with you. For March, we have Babylon's Fall coming out on the 2nd, which both times that we've seen this game, it looks rough, honestly. I know it got a lot of heat when it was revealed at E3.
Oh yeah, people disliked everything of how it looked.
Man, so I'll be curious to see if this one actually makes the release or if it gets delayed. On the 4th, we have Gran Turismo 7 and Triangle Strategy. How are we feeling on Triangle Strategy?
I don't remember what that is.
I am getting it.
Okay, thank you.
That one is pretty big on my list of games for this overall 2022.
Triangle Strategy looks fun. That's been on my list since whenever they originally announced it under that half-ass code name of Project Triangle Strategy.
For the people like me, what the heck is Triangle Strategy?
This is the Switch game that's kind of like strategy game where it's kind of like the 2.5D art style in a sense where I don't know. I'll show it to you in a little bit.
Okay.
I don't know exactly how to describe it, but it looks fantastic.
Okay.
Next, we have Tunic. That's coming out on the 16th. That game looks fun. Shut up, Zach. But it is about a little fox. Like a Zelda-like
now
game.
I get it.
Yeah. It's like a Zelda-like game where you're playing as a fox. Shut up, Zach. Don't say a fucking word.
I'm just trying to let you come out about it, man.
He likes games with furry creatures.
Shut
is what
up.
we're saying.
I'm not a furry.
Nobody said you were. I just said you like games with furry creatures.
Oh, no, I definitely called it out.
Oh, no. Yeah, 100%
You can check it out in the year-end video.
Which also, please go support that.
I watched that yesterday, but
very proud
I
of that
didn't
video.
say it. I'm just heavily insinuating.
I could tell. It's not the case, though. Anyway, Persona 4 Arena Ultimax. Zach, you've already played that before, but you're still thinking about maybe picking this one up again.
Oh, yeah, no, I have both of them that came back out on 360, but I'll play them again.
And that is on the 17th. On the 22nd, we have Rune Factory 5, which I do know a lot of people personally that are actually really excited for that game. And then lastly, to finish off March, we have Tiny Tina's Wonderlands on the 25th. And I'm assuming that's a pickup for both of you.
I'll pick it up.
I'll play it at some point.
Oh, at some point. Okay.
Well, I mean, I'll definitely play it. I don't know if it'll be a day one pickup, probably a week one pickup, though.
Yeah, I'll probably buy it day 1 and play it week 2.
Yeah.
Okay. After that, this is where we get kind of light on the confirmed releases. We're about to get over to TBAs in just a second. For April, we do have the 13 Sentinels on the Switch coming out on the 12th, which I still need to play more of that.
God dang it,
I'm
Alex.
still getting through all the prologues right now.
I don't know what that is.
It's entertaining so far. But
More
Thanks for the description.
well, I was hoping Zach would. Zach's actually played it and beat it.
You're the one who responded, though.
I was literally about to say something just again. It's still pretty good. More or less, John, it's a very heavy story-based apocalyptic-esque game focusing 13 different characters.
Oh, okay.
And then there's also mech fighting in it. Well, it's not necessarily mech fighting, but creatures fighting.
Sure.
Sure.
Same. Sounds good enough.
Okay. Works for him then. Then we have Stalker 2 on the 28th of April. We have Forspoken on the 24th of May. Saints Row.
Still curious what Forspoken's going to be.
I don't know, but I'm probably going to get it.
I mean, it looks really good.
It looks just confusing enough for me to want to play it.
It's a day one pickup. Like it looks like it's going to be a good game, but I am confused on what all it's going to entail. But it does look fun. We have, of course, Saints Row on the 23rd of August. And the last confirmed big title that we've got for this year will be, of course, Starfield on November 11th, which is, they're further saying that, hey, that's written in ink. That is not being delayed. I mean, they've already said the game is done. They're just doing all the fine-tuning for the game, which is obviously, that's a very good sign.
That's a very Bethesda thing to do.
Yeah, and I every time they even talk about this game or show any sort of screenshots, it's like, dude, it's just like the Horizon thing. The more excited I become. How are you guys actually feeling on Starfield?
Yeah.
I know it's not your style of game.
I mean, I will probably play it at some point. Either that or it'll be my second Skyrim.
Jared will be mad.
I'm gonna treat it the same way that I treat a lot of games. Very non-committal because it doesn't really interest me right now.
Oh, okay. All right, fair enough. Going over to TBA games. All right, so let's just run down the list. Arc 2, that was announced, Summer Game Fest or Game Awards with Vin Diesel in it? That's kind of funny. Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora. I am curious to see more on this game, but that's about as far as I go with it. Just kind of staying back a little bit. Baldur's Gate 3, Bayonetta 3. This fucking game. Fucking choo-choo Charles.
You know what? This should be the game for you, Alex, because it is your chance to drive a train and kill a giant spider. Train.
Moving on. Curse to Golf, which is one that, Zach, you pitched to me right before the show. This is one that you may check out.
I mean, it definitely seems interesting. It's a 2D side-scroller dungeon crawler where you golf instead of actually crawling.
Mm-hmm. That is an interesting concept. When you told me to add it to the list before the show started, that is an interesting concept at the very least. Of course, we're supposedly going to get the Cyberpunk 2077 next-gen patch and release, which is apparently Q1, Q2. We'll see if that actually happens. Dark Pictures Anthology, The Devil in Me. Zach, did you ever play the second one?
I played the second one. I haven't played the third one.
Okay.
Third one was really good, though, from everything I've seen about it.
Okay.
It's the best one out of the three so far, so I'm looking forward to The Devil in Me, because it'll be the final part of the anthology.
Dead Space is currently slated for this year. Kind of iffy on that if that's going to potentially come out or not, but the remake is currently slated for 2022. Our old joke that's long dead of Diablo Immortal is still finally apparently slated to come out sometime this year. We'll see if that happens, as well as we'll see if this happens. We'll see if Digimon Survives coming out, but it was rated, John. It was rated, so it might come out.
That doesn't mean shit.
It's a good indication.
It's been on a TBA list for almost 3 years.
It'll come out. This might be the year. We'll see. Maybe.
John is this point is at Jimmy levels of he'll believe it when he sees it.
No, game's not happening. They haven't even made it yet.
Come on, don't be like that. I want to play this game. Don't put those.
It
vibes
hasn't
out
been
there.
made yet.
Don't put those vibes out there, man. That's bad vibes. That's bad vibes. Then we have Dragon Ball The Breakers. It's supposed to come out sometime this year. Dune Spice Wars, which, Zach, I got to double down on what you said like a couple weeks ago. Where did this random hype in Dune come from?
I don't know. It was a book.
It's a great movie now.
Well, it was a book originally.
Yeah, I know.
It was a movie, too. An older movie.
The movie brought all the hype out from the people that read the book years ago.
Yeah, which I don't know why it spiked so hard all of a sudden.
Well, see, you also got to think, like, while the movie, yes, it's got people hyped on it, you got to think the game's probably been in development for a little bit before the movie even came out. So it's just like, I guess they just took a shot. It's like, we're going to make this movie. Let's go ahead and make a game. I feel like Dune's going to be really popular.
Well,
we'll see.
I mean, Dune was sort of a cult thing that it was fairly popular, but it wasn't like as popular as it is now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the movie put eyes on the book again, and then it probably got a lot of people to look at the book, and they probably looked at the story and went, you know what? People are going to like it.
I still haven't seen the new movie yet.
Oh, my God.
I don't have it's on HBO Max, right?
I don't know.
It's
Have you watched it, John?
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't, but I'm not a moviegoer.
Well, see,
I don't know where. I probably watched it on HBO.
You see, I don't have HBO Max. That's why I didn't see it. Or I would have watched it. I want to see the movie.
It's pretty simple.
We have
Get
Redbox.
Oh,
it hasn't come out yet.
All right. You're out of this conversation now.
Fuck off.
I don't have time for this.
Right. Thanks, Zach. He's already quitting on his first day.
Could have stayed home and not dealt with this.
All right, next we have Ghostwire Tokyo, which was delayed out of this year. God of War Ragnarok, Gotham Knights, I'm kind of iffy on if that's going to come out this year. The Halo Infinite co-op campaign, which I am very excited for. I'm looking forward to playing with that with you boys. Halo Infinite Forge, which I think that one's later in the year. Co-op campaign should be these first few months, I believe, quarter 1, quarter 2.
Last they said yes.
Yeah. Hogwarts Legacy is still slated for this year. Homeworld 3, Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Really excited for that one, honestly. Still Breath of the Wild 2. We'll see if that happens. Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. Lord of the Rings Gollum. Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope. Marvel's Midnight Suns. I know that's that's a pickup for Zach for sure when that comes out. Metal Slug Tactics. I think that's another pickup for Zach. Multiverses, which is that free-to-play fighting game with all the WB characters, so you can play as Ultra Instinct Shaggy. They made it canon.
Yes.
Shout out to the meme becoming canon. I love that. There's going to apparently be a Need for Speed game coming out this year. It's currently just untitled, though. Nightingale. I actually completely forgot about this game, and it just got fucking announced. Zach was the one that had to pitch it to me to add it, which after kind of getting a refresh on the trailer, I might play this one with you.
I was about to say, I mean, I'm not big on survival, but I'm interested enough that I'll give it a try for this one.
And then Outlash Trials is another game that you had me at. That's like you said, the multiplayer for Outlast, right?
Yes, it's going to be the multiplayer Outlast.
Well,
so it's up to 4 people trying to escape whatever damn creatures hunting the halls on that level.
Nope. I'm good.
I don't need that in my life.
Next, we have Plague Tale Requiem, which I still need to try to beat the first one. I mean, I'm literally probably maybe 2 missions from beating the game.
Just keep asking him until he beats it.
That might put the pressure on me.
I mean, we've tried that with Alan Wake.
Yeah, but he started this game.
You know, when I
it's like me with Mass Effect. You think just saying it's gonna make me play it?
When I added that clip into the end of your video, I'm just like, I'm still committed to try to play this game just to prove you guys wrong. It's the same concept as me refusing to remove Dragon Quest from my queue on Crunchyroll. I realize it probably won't happen, but I'm not going to admit total defeat. It might happen. We'll see. Probably not, though. Next up, we have the Prince of Persia Sands of Time remake, which that one was delayed, and which I have no problem with, because when it comes to this game, it's just like the last game really sucked. The movie sucked. Prince of Persia's in a rough spot in terms of a franchise because they barely do anything with it. So for this game, a game that is very good, they really need to knock it out of the park with a remake, or it's just going to do some more serious damage to the IP. Because, like I said, last game sucked. The movie with Jake Gyllenhaal sucked. So hopefully the remake they continue to take their time on it, and it'll be good. We have Redfall, which is made by, I know Bethesda's publishing, but who was the direct creator? Is it the creators of Dishonored? I think. No, that
doesn't sound right.
No, God, well, I don't remember the game. We have Somerville as well. That was announced at Summer Games Fest. Song of Nunu, the League of Legends story.
Oh, it is the developer of Dishonored and
what's the name of the
Arcane Studios?
Okay,
and Deathloop.
Okay, all right. Oh, Deathloop. Ooh,
yeah, that's Arcane Studios.
Okay. There's another League of Legends story that came out, right? John, I think you talked about it once.
I did.
Okay. Is there another League of Legends story that's out?
Well, they've released a couple games recently.
Oh, okay.
I mean, and they announced their 2D fighter that's going to be coming out at some point, and then
they showed off more like their progress on it so far.
Yeah, and then Nunu's Tale, and there was one other one which I can't remember for the life of me.
Okay. Sonic Frontiers, of course, that's one that I'm excited for, but also completely horrified. We have Splatoon 3, Star Ocean: The Divine Force, Stray, the cat game that I still want to play.
You.
Yep, literally just me. Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League, TMNT Shredder's Revenge, Vampire the Masquerade Blood Hunt, Witcher 3, the next gen patch, and then Wizard with a Gun, which I think John wants to play now.
I had never heard of that until I got here today, and my goodness, does it look like it's a game I want to play now.
All right, boys. So that was a lot of games I just kind of ran through there. When it comes to everything that we have slated for 2022, I mean, I think all of us can agree that even if even if I feel like half of some of these games came out, like this is one of the biggest years in gaming that we have ever had.
Oh no, this is a very good lineup of games.
Like Jesus Christ, like I mean, and obviously this is all gonna. I feel like even the games that that are like quarters like 2 and 3 and stuff that's currently confirmed, like even that could be still delayed just because the pandemic is still ongoing and it has affected a lot of different things in all forms of publishing. I mean, hell, if you're an anime fan, you got to wait till March to finish a fucking season of 86. It's just 2 episodes, and it's because of publication issues. But out of everything coming out in 2022, like if you guys had to pick like 5 games that you were most excited for, what would be your 5? I mean, we've got a massive list.
Could have prepped me.
I was about to say you could have
bit.
asked this at our prep show.
I could have, but I'm a great host of this show. We already know that.
Well, easily one of mine is going to be Sifu.
Yeah. Okay.
Hopes for Saints Row, because I mean I enjoy that series, so I can only hope that the remake does something for it. I mean, yeah, I'll play Dynasty Warriors, but it's not one of my big 5. Ghostwire Tokyo looks really good. Gotham Knights, Kirby and the Forgotten Land.
Yeah, I'll jump on Forspoken.
Okay.
Lost Ark, Sifu.
God of War. Because I do feel good about that one. That one I feel very good about coming out this year.
If it comes out this year, then yeah, it's
Okay.
if it's on the list. And then if it comes out this year, Marvel Midnight Suns.
And I'm going to just throw a 6th one out there. I'm very hoping for Suicide Squad. Because, I mean, the gameplay we got to see
Kill the Justice
yeah.
League? Yeah, no, that's very up there on mine.
I mean, the gameplay we got to see at the Game Awards looks very entertaining. If it is as free form as it looked.
I will say for me, if it comes out this year, Gotham Knights is one that I'm excited for. But I have doubts if it's coming out this year.
I'm not really have doubts of whether it comes out. None of this. I'm more curious about what we're going to get from it. Because it is it is Rocksteady, right? Working on it? Because it's part of the Gotham series.
I think so.
So it should be Rocksteady. I mean, I'm going to be more curious about what it's actually going to be because all the Arkham games were very fun. But I'm going to be curious what their spin of a co-op Arkham game is going to be because it's going to be 2 people max, if I remember correctly.
It's
just 2 max?
I believe so.
That's disappointing.
I could be wrong. It may actually be 4.
It's WB Games Montreal.
Okay.
I'm trying to see if they were formerly known as someone else or if that's just what they've been known. Because it does say here that they're the ones that's developed the Batman Arkham Origins.
Maybe I'm thinking of something else. Maybe I'm not sure what I'm thinking about Rocksteady of then. Because yeah, no, WB Montreal sounds right.
Yeah, because they've done the Batman Arkham City Armored Edition in 2012. They don't have a huge lineup right now, but then they did Cartoon Universe, Lego Legends of Chama Online, and then Batman Arkham Origins, and now Gotham Knights.
No,
Rocksteady is the best known for their other Arkham games.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha. Okay, that's what I thought.
Okay.
I thought it was Rocksteady. So yeah, Arkham Knights is being done by WB Montreal. And that makes me slightly more worried because it's not Rocksteady doing it.
Well,
but Rocksteady's doing Suicide Squad, so I'm actually absolutely okay with this.
Okay. I mean, if my absolute number one, assuming it would come out, would be Legend of Zelda, but I actually just genuinely don't think it's going to come out this year. I really don't. If it does, it's going to be quarter 3 or 4. And I guess, spoiler alert, that is one of my predictions that we're going to do here in a minute. I really don't think it's coming out, but I am excited for Starfield, though. Horizon for sure. Tunic, I do want to play. Triangle Strategy as well. And I'm with John on Forspoken. I saw that smile. Fuck off, Zach. Forspoken does look like a lot of fun. If it comes out, Digimon Survive.
Wait, which one's Tunic again?
Fuck off. Fuck off, both of you. It looks fun.
I mean, I'm not going to default you that it does look fun. It's just you always attach to these.
Fuck off. I hate you. I hate you with a passion. And then also the Halo Infinite co-op campaign. I cannot tell you how excited I am to play that open world campaign with friends. It's gonna be amazing.
As long as it's better than 6.
6. This is 6.
Is it 6?
What are you on about?
I don't know. I haven't played a friggin' Halo game in forever.
Yeah, no, this is 6.
Yeah, you played a little bit of the multiplayer with us.
Yeah, and before that it was forever.
Which, the Halo 5 campaign was meh. We didn't even finish it, unfortunately.
It's because it wasn't fun.
Yeah, it wasn't fun. I remember because we were just doing our first run on Legendary. First time we'd played Halo in fucking years. And we're just like, yeah, let's try to beat Halo 5. Me, you, and Jared. And there was one particular part. Jesus Christ. I will say that is one of the hardest Legendaries that I've played in a Halo, in my opinion.
Sure, it just wasn't being rusty.
I think we were just bad.
I think it's definitely a mix of being rusty and bad, but at the same time, that is some of the dumbest shit that I've seen from the fucking computers in a Halo game. But yeah, we didn't even finish it. It just wasn't a great campaign. It didn't draw us in at all, but I don't know. But yeah, the co-op campaign for sure is something that's pretty high on my list. And then games that I'm excited for, but like I'm very just like kind of backed off. Like, let's see how this is first. Obviously, Sonic Frontiers is one. Hogwarts Legacy is one that I am like excited for, but just like I need to see more. And then a game that I'm not excited for, but I do just want to see more is Avatar. I am curious of what the game's going to be, but I'm not going to say I have excitement because, again, still even to this day, I have yet to see the Avatar movie. I've never seen it, and I plan to continue that meme because I do get ragged on about that from some people. But I still will not see
Your
that movie.
Avatar watching has got nothing on my Skyrim.
Oh, I know.
Who the hell is going to rag on you for not watching Avatar?
Believe it or not, there's more people than you think.
Really?
Yeah. No one you guys know, but
That's why.
yeah. But I don't know. That's a game that I am still curious. I have appreciation for Avatar. I do. I mean, I'm as everyone has said when it came out at the time, it was unbelievably visually amazing. But now it's just kind of aged. I do have appreciation for it, but so that is why I am interested in the game. And then Kirby, of course.
Yes.
Yeah, Kirby looks like it's gonna be a fucking.
I'm so
great
happy
game.
we got a Kirby game announcement.
Yeah,
I'm hoping it's really good.
Not only a Kirby, but like a 3D, like action kind of Kirby. Like that. That's what's awesome about it, is that they're taking the game in a new direction, which is I feel like a nice breath of fresh air for the franchise. You know what I mean? Any other thoughts on any of the games coming out this year that we want to shout out? Like, I don't know, any thoughts on Gollum, the Mario and Rabbids? Because I think, Zach, didn't you play Mario and Rabbids? Or am I thinking of someone else?
I bought it.
Okay, that's about as far as he went. But yeah, any other thoughts on anything that's on this list before we hop over to our predictions?
I mean, Metal Slug Tactics will be fun.
That does look fun. I'm probably going to pick that up, actually.
Yeah, no, I'm just a fan of tactics games, and Metal Slug's always been a series I've always enjoyed. So it'll be definitely interesting seeing that world just as a non-shooter game.
Okay. All right, I guess we can hit our predictions now. Who wants to start?
Digimon Survive's not releasing in 2022.
Just coming out of the gates fired.
It's not releasing in 2022.
All right, marking that one down.
It's getting delayed again.
Okay. 2023 or 2024? Or never?
I'm not convinced they made a game.
He's convinced that the game does not exist.
Digimon Survive is his moon landing.
It's the same screenshot.
I know, it's literally the same
That's never
picture.
changed.
I know.
It's been the same since it was initially announced.
Okay. Well, what else do you have for your predictions, John?
I'm gonna throw one out that we've been, at least me and you have been saying for years.
Okay.
Where we want, but we don't think it's coming anytime soon. I think we might get an announcement for a Xenoverse 3.
Ooh, please, God.
Did you guys not get the memo? It's Breakers.
Fuck off. I want Xenoverse 3. God damn it.
Because I don't know. For some reason, I think they might try to go with like an engine upgrade or something for it, because they've made a few different games now, or there's few different Dragon Ball games out there now. So maybe they're finally looking at like maybe we should update the game some, get a new engine in it, and it's like there's new content and stuff they could add into it now, trim the story a bit, maybe focus on more of the later story arcs and kind of cut back on the beginning stuff. Mm-hmm. I don't know, but I'm hoping to see an announcement for it this year.
When you were talking about the new engine, do you think they'll have like potentially an entirely brand new engine? Do you think they'll maybe use like Kakarot? Because I haven't played Kakarot, so that's why I'm asking.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think they would use Kakarot. Maybe just take what they have, and try to just refine it a little more, because the game is old and it shows its age when you try to go back and play it now. It's a little jank.
Kakarot?
No, Xenoverse 2.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Would you think, you say new engine, you think maybe try and use something like Unreal 5?
Well, now that's a little crazy talk, but I wouldn't be opposed to it.
That would be amazing. I just don't know if they would use that. That's the problem.
No, it's like that just was something I thought of on the way over here. It would be nice to see at least some smoothing out in it. Maybe get new engine popped in, because it'd be nice to see an upgrade from what it is. Because I mean, hell, the game's how old at this point? Like, was it like 2016?
I was about to say, that sounds about right.
So, and it didn't look that much different from the first game.
No.
Yeah, 2016.
Yeah, because it released within like a year of the first one.
Yeah. Actually, yes. 2015 was Xenoverse release.
So it's like that's basically the same game with a little bit of gameplay differences. So I'd like to see at least some new, some polish done on it, brighten it up a bit, make it look a little nicer, cut the story around a little bit, maybe expand on, maybe instead of having all of the early stuff that everybody's played across every single game they ever make, either come up with some your own stuff or just expand into the super content a little more fleshed out than like the DLC stuff where they add in like 4 new missions.
Or you take a real curveball and you do GT.
No, that's in.
Oh.
That's in the first one.
Yeah,
probably.
the first one had a lot of the GT content.
Oh, okay, I didn't know.
And the second one still has GT content, but it's just like the side missions and stuff.
Yeah.
And like when it comes to Super, like there was just like more. It was continued like extra story content that was just added on post game. Obviously, the only thing they've never really touched on is Dragon Ball. Is the only thing I've never messed with.
With like even the Super stuff, it's like for each arc that they kind of added on to it. They really only added like 4 or 5 missions to it.
Yeah, it really.
So
wasn't
it's like they just very quickly jumped through it.
And also, just when it comes to adding to it, I want to say Xenoverse already. Yeah, Xenoverse already had Battle of Gods and Frieza, right? The Super movies, like that.
I have no idea.
That was already in there. So when it came to Xenoverse 2, they just obviously it was already naturally included, and then they just had the Goku Black arc and some of this Tournament of Power stuff.
Yeah, because two you could play Frieza Race and unlock the golden form.
Okay.
Like from the get go, pretty much.
Gotcha. And also, Zach might be onto something with the Unreal Engine 5, because I did just confirm that Xenoverse 2 was Unreal Engine 4. So Xenoverse 3.
Xenoverse 5?
I'm jumping up way ahead.
Maybe that's why it's taking so long. They're just skipping numbers.
Yeah, yeah. No, Unreal Engine 5 for Xenoverse 3 would be pretty cool. John, did you have other predictions?
Well, what you got?
Well, I'll start. I've kind of divided mine up as like gaming in general. I only have like one PS5, like PlayStation 1. I got a couple Xbox, and I do have like 4 Nintendo ones because I like predicting on Nintendo stuff, even though I'm always fucking wrong. So,
I mean, you got Mario Party eventually.
Bingo. So for the Xbox, I'm going to go ahead and predict this. We've already talked about this before. It's been continuously something that's popped out in rumors, but I'm going to go ahead and predict that in 2022 that Xbox will announce their next big studio acquisition. We've already talked about that, about who it could potentially be. I'm going to go ahead and throw it out there that it will get announced this year. It's like a Bethesda level purchase is what's been talked about. I'm not sure who it could be. I do want to throw one studio out there, but I'm not saying this is going to be the Bethesda level. It might be in terms of, I guess, history, but in terms of like current standing, not even close. I do think Microsoft is going to buy Sega. I'm not calling that one the Bethesda level purchase, but I do think they are going to buy Sega. It's just a matter of when. But the main one that's been talked about, I really don't know who it could be. I genuinely just I don't. We threw out multiple notable studios, like we threw out the EAs, the Ubisofts, but I honestly have no idea who it could be at this point. I mean, if it is the same level as Bethesda, I don't know, but I do think the announcement's going to come this year. I also am going to predict, because I'm pretty sure it hasn't been officially announced, but we can all assume that it's in development. But I don't think the official announcements come. I think we're going to get the official announcement probably at E3. And a same year release of this fall of Gears of War 6. That is something that I am going to throw out there.
Okay.
Yeah. Zach, what about you? What are some that you've got?
I mean, out of my predictions, I'm hoping that the last series in the Dark Anthology is very well received and it's on the level of Until Dawn. Because each one of these games have been building, and the third one was great. So I'm hoping that in this, The Devil in Me hits Until Dawn level of just people's reaction and whatnot. Looking more into Rainbow Six Siege Extraction as a PvE game, I, for whatever reason, feel that that game might be more or less minuscule, if not almost dead by this time next year.
Ooh, okay.
Depending on what kind of content they add, because it's just strictly PvE, and they've stripped the operators just so much. I think this game may just be a people enjoyed their one-time event whenever whenever.
You think it's only going to be like maybe a couple months of popularity?
That's what I'm feeling. Depending on what, because they're supposedly supposed to release more content within like the first couple months, but depending on what it is, I could very easily see this dying pretty quickly, even with Siege's fan base.
That's actually a very interesting one. That'll be one. I mean, we'll get to possibly see the results of that just in 2 months.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it'll die within 2 months. I feel like it'll hold strong for about 5 months or so, maybe half a year, and maybe we'll start seeing it die off if there's not a whole lot of content being added to it.
Okay. Another one of mine is my only PS5 one that I had. Well, actually, off the top of my head, I actually have another PS5 one. So the other PS5 one I have is that we will see a new PS5 release this year, but I'm not going to sit here and say that it's going to be like a PS5 Pro and it's going to be $100 more, something like that. We are just going to see a new one release because I do believe it's going to be made with like some new AMD chips. Because obviously the chip shortage has been the problem for all of our consoles. So we will see a new PlayStation 5 release this year. Will we see a new Xbox release this year? I don't know. But I do think we'll see a new model of the PlayStation 5. I just don't think it's going to be like a PS5 Pro, so it'll be $100. I think it'll just be the $500 console. That's all it's going to be. But other than that, I do think that we will get some more confirmation on Spider-Man 2. And I think what it will be is a 2023 release. I've seen some people online that are kind of optimistic that it's actually going to come out in fall of 2022. And I would absolutely love that, as I'm sure John would as well. But I don't think that's happening. I think it's going to be more of a 2023 window. That's my kind of take on it. If it came out in 2022, like fall, then fuck yeah, let's go, dude. That's going to be incredible. And I'm over the moon for that. I just don't think it's going to happen. I think it'll be a 2023, personally. Another prediction that I have that's kind of on an interesting note, especially because of news that just came out, like, I think literally last night, is I do think that we will see a huge surge this year in NFTs getting more involved with gaming, like more than they've already starting to. Because just last night, there was a statement released from the Square Enix president, how they are planning to incorporate NFTs in their projects kind of going forward. I want to say it was, I think it was Epic Games have said that they want it, that they're open to the idea as well. So I think one thing that we're going to see throughout this year is we're going to see a lot more NFT stuff be brought into games, which I don't really see the hype in NFTs. I genuinely don't. Maybe it's because I'm uneducated on them. I don't know. I've kind of read a base about what they are, but I don't see the hype. I don't see the appeal. Since it is all just digital. If it was something that I could physically hold, then yeah, I could see the appeal on it, whatever. But I don't see the appeal on NFTs. But I do think it's going to be a primary thing in gaming starting this year, which is kind of shitty, honestly.
I mean, it is, but it's sort of a change we can sort of ideally see in the future, maybe if not this year, going forward.
What about you boys? What are some other predictions you have before I just kind of rattle off more of mine? I only have a few more.
I got, if it comes out this year, because it doesn't have a release date yet, Dokev will be the next best creature capturing game since Pokemon. That's the Pearl Abyss game.
The Pearl Abyss.
Oh, I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah, Dokev, the one with a super catchy song and looks fucking amazing.
The one when you watch
you
watch the trailer, you go, "What the fuck is happening?"
That's right.
Yes.
You're right. That did have a fucking catchy ass song.
Yes.
Now that I'm looking at it, I got you. I know what you're talking about. Okay. So you think that's gonna be like the next great monster catching game? Is what you said?
Since Pokemon.
Since Pokemon. Oh, okay.
Well, speaking of Pokemon, I think we're gonna get a Gen 9 announcement in quarter 4.
Okay.
I could see that.
I'll actually double up on you on that, because for me, that was one of my Nintendo predictions, is that we have Pokemon Day next month, which is always a time to expect announcements. My thought is no Gen 9 this year, but a Gen 9 announcement this year, like end of year. I could get onto what I'm saying is no Gen 9 release this year.
Yeah.
But I do think later this fall we will get Let's Go Johto. I think that's what's gonna be coming out.
Yeah, I'm kind of expecting. The reason I say quarter 4 is they're not going to say anything in the first part of the year, because they do not want to take anything away from Arceus right now.
I agree.
It's like that is that's going to be their focus. I could see a Let's Go Johto, but at the same time, I don't remember how. I mean, I know they sold really well, but Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu, I don't recall how well people actually liked playing them.
I mean,
It sold really well.
I know. That's why I said I know it sold well, but I don't remember.
It sold very well, and from what I saw, most people were fairly receptive to it.
Because it was like, I mean, they were fine for what they were.
Yeah.
But I mean, I played through. I don't remember which one. I think I got an Eevee. It's like I played through it. I mean, it wasn't the most enjoyable time I've had playing a Pokemon game, but it was fun. But
I just associated it with
it was kind of mediocre.
I just associated it as a giant Tamagotchi game.
I will say one thing about the Let's Go Johto. If they don't include the Kanto aspect of things like the original games, I feel like that's going to really ruffle a lot of feathers, honestly.
Well, it's half the game.
I know. That's why if they don't include it, I think that's going to ruffle some feathers. So we'll see how that goes.
I mean, just make it Pokemon Snap 3.
Random question for you, John. For the Gen 9, do you want to throw out a random prediction on what the fire starter could be? Because based on that Zodiac theory that continues to be true, there's only 4 left that have not been used. It is ox, sheep, horse, and a snake. Do you want to try to throw a prediction out?
Wait, is that solely just for fire type?
Yeah, fire is
starters?
the only one that this happens to. Like it's legit. Every fire starter is a Zodiac. That's been a thing for years.
Okay.
I want to see a fire snake.
Fire snake would be kind of cool. I would say that or the horse. Give me the horse.
Well, we don't. I mean, we already have similar fire horse type
Fair.
Pokemon.
All right, give me the sheep. Give me something random like a sheep.
Well, that's why I was like, we've got a grass snake. I want to see a fire snake now.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I can see the fire snake being. Well, one thing to also keep in mind is the possibility of Gen 9 being more based potentially in India. That's something to kind of keep in mind, because it was already kind of referenced a little bit in Sword and Shield with Chairman Rose. It was kind of referenced with him where he came from another region and stuff. And if you go read Kaparaja's Pokedex entry, then it actually references that Kaparaja came over from another region. So there's some other little tidbits of information kind of here and there that kind of point towards there being an India-based Pokemon region somewhere in the Poke world. So that's something to keep in mind for the future. That could be a Gen 9. We'll see. Still talking about Nintendo, I've already said it on multiple times. I don't think Breath of the Wild 2 is coming out. I'm going to go ahead and hammer it to quarter 2 of 2023, like a May, basically the release of the original game. With that, what I think will come out instead is I do actually think the Twilight Princess Wind Waker combo will come out this fall, the Wii U ports. There's only a few Wii U games left that they have not ported, and I'm sure they will port because it's just their strategy, because obviously not a lot of people bought Wii U's. I think 15 mil is still obviously a lot. It's millions, but compared to everything else that they've had in the past, Wii U sold like dog shit. So I do think Twilight Princess Wind Waker will be an easy thing for them to put out there because Zelda has become the same sort of game franchise as Pokemon, where every year you get a release.
Yeah.
So I do think that's going to happen instead. I know there's been a lot of rumors for Xenoblade Chronicles 3. We know it's in the works, and it's potentially coming out this year. Because when it came to this year, a lot of people were looking at 2022 as a mimic of 2017, where it's, Bayonetta 2 came out, Breath of the Wild, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and Splatoon 2. And now we have Splatoon 3 coming out, Breath of the Wild. See what I'm saying? But I don't think Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is actually going to come out. It's just a gut feeling, but I do think the Xenoblade Chronicles X will get ported up because, again, that is one of the few games left on the Wii U that have not been ported. The only problem with the Xenoblade Chronicles X, while I played like 20 minutes of the game, I do think there would be a decent amount of work that would have to be done to port it. Because to my understanding, you literally have to use the gamepad. It's a mix of the gamepad and what's all happening, as most Wii U games kind of were. But there are some Wii U games that were pretty easy to port. But to my understanding, the gamepad, you literally couldn't do anything without it. So I'm kind of curious at how that would work getting ported up, especially for people that may want to play in handheld mode or something. How would that work? And then the last thing, which I feel like this one is kind of obvious, especially with how things have been so far, is I'm going to say no next-gen console for Nintendo next year, end of year. There's been some rumors of that for end of fall, but I'm going to go ahead and hammer for 2023. Ideally, what I think is going to happen is probably like a May release, Breath of the Wild 2, new-gen console, same time. Repeat of 2017. That's what I think is going to happen. I only had 2 more delays. They're very quick. One, this is obvious. Shortage will continue to 2023. I don't see that fucking improving. And then I'm actually going to throw it out there. Gotham Knights will be delayed to 2023. Just a gut feeling. That's all. But that's all my predictions. You boys have more?
You got anything, Zach?
I mean, no, I don't got anything really off the top of my head. I'm feeling because I really don't want to throw some of them out there.
Yeah. Kind of keep it on the Nintendo train. You know one thing we haven't necessarily got a new one of in a while. Mario.
That is true. Just that not a new game. Yeah, you're right.
Not a new game.
Yeah.
Not a. So
maybe an announcement.
I'm thinking at the very least an announcement.
I mean, we're getting the Mario movie this year.
Fuck off.
It's Chris Pratt, man.
He's very funny.
Another thing, talking about announcements in Nintendo, and I feel like you would be potentially on board with this one as well, is I do think we'll get an announcement for a new Fire Emblem this year. When I say new, let me backtrack a little bit. I don't know if we're going to have brand new or some sort of remake. I don't know if we'll have an Echoes game or something.
So you mean like a Western release of a game?
Yeah, either a Western release or a
Fire
remake.
Emblem announcement.
A Fire Emblem announcement.
Not a new one.
Yeah, we'll just go with that. Now one little, it's a small rumor thread that I've been following for a little bit now, but it hasn't had like a lot of backing where I was like, oh, let's throw it in the rumor mill. But I'll go ahead and throw it in here. Is that I have seen some rumors potentially that both of the Radiance games are going to get ported up into like a collection, like a remaster little bundle, which would be really cool considering one of those games I really want to play, but it's like $400 fucking, and I'm not buying that.
I mean, that's nothing.
Fuck off, Zach.
Talk to that one.
Will you buy it for me?
I mean, if you can find it.
eBay?
Fuck no. eBay's going to rip you off.
Well, I'm never going to get that game then. But I do think we'll get a Fire Emblem announcement this year. I feel like it's time. They're cooking up something. It's just a matter of what.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of what I had. Mine was mostly kind of Nintendo thoughts.
Yeah. It's fun predicting Nintendo because you're guaranteed to be wrong.
Yeah. Whatever you predict, they're going to go, this is what people thought. Let's do something else.
Yep, and that's what makes it fun to predict. Zach, so you said you had nothing else?
Not really, no.
Okay. Well, any last thoughts on anything that we talked about? Any of the 2022 games? Anything that you want to throw out there? Like, oh, this game's going to eat butt? Anything like that? If not, we can probably wrap up the show and get out of here. So John can go play Deep Rock Galactic.
I don't think I have much left.
Okay. I don't either.
I don't think we'll see Arc 2.
Oh. Okay. Good prediction. With Vin Diesel.
Yep.
He's too busy doing Fast and Furious stuff.
Yeah,
anyway.
he's too busy having scuffles with The Rock.
Is it because
That
of
is
the,
true.
do you think it's because of the game or Vin Diesel?
I think it's because of the Vin Diesel and there's not enough street smarts in it.
Fucking done.
All right, I'm gonna hit
enough for me.
I'm hitting the music. All right, boys. Last thoughts.
Well, thank you everyone if you made it this far of this weird 2022 predictions. Please like, comment, subscribe, rate whatever your platform allows. It does help us. If you're watching this on YouTube and you want to help us out, you can hit that subscribe button. And if you actually want to know when any of the videos go up, you can hit that bell and it will let you know when any of our podcasts go up, regardless of what it is, at youtube.com/sparky3.
Well, yeah, that's a little bit of a weird one we had here, guys. But
Yeah.
It wasn't bad.
it got a little off. Why do you have a football ball?
He's
whatever.
had that just over there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been over here the whole time.
But yeah. Glad to be part of the show now. So I guess I'll see you boys next week too.
Yeah, I appreciate you for agreeing to be on the show. I do appreciate that. And hopefully you did make it all the way to the end. Do everything that Zach said and more, and we'd appreciate that for sure. As well, check out the other shows like AniMan Plus, Terrible Football Show, and talk about movies and stuff, which we will definitely release a new episode sometime soon. 100%, no doubt about it. Until next time, guys, so happy to start this new journey with Gamesthetic. This is going to be an absolutely incredible year for not only this show, but all the other shows and just Sparky 3 in general. So we cannot thank you guys enough for the support. The music just ended, so giving it a minute so the music kind of start back up so we can have like a real proper send-off here. What's for dinner, boys? You already ate. John, what's for dinner for you?
I got a breakfast pizza at home.
Oh, I'm actually fucking hella jealous of that. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm very, very jealous of that. I don't know what I'm gonna have. Now that the music is going again, where we can have a proper ending. Until next time, guys, have a good one.
Bye.